Good morning, Unity on the Bay. Why is it that I want to get in there? It's very weird. I want to get in the manger. That's totally fine. Happy holidays, everyone. Yes, I woke up like this. Just rolled out of bed, makeup and all, pajama day here at Unity on the Bay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Faith Tatiana Alberna. It's truly an honor and a privilege to help Reverend Chris this morning for this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Winter Wonderland service. It's all about the holidays today, all about the holidays. Folks at home, we are thinking about you. Write your comments online. We want to hear from you, okay? So while we're here, we also have our kids in their own time of inspiration and learning. In our Kids Zone, you can enroll your kid by visiting the Family tab on our website, unityonthebay.org. Go to the Family tab, fill out a couple of things, bing, bang, boom, your kid is in, okay? Now, let me let you know that we also have the Kids Zone online and here in person. So, parents, bring the kids back, all right? We're in a safe area, but only when you're ready, of course, right? All right, couple of things to let you know about that I'm super excited about and with that, I want to invite my friend, Mr. Dwayne Graham up to the podium. Please give him a round of applause. So Dwayne is going to steal my job in a couple of years. Years, not months. Don't get all crazy. No. Dwayne is just an incredible, incredible kid. You've probably seen him at Unity on the Bay a bunch of times. His mom is like one of my role models. She's just incredible as well. And so Dwayne's going to help me with the announcements this morning, all right? And he's going to do a better job than me, but don't make me feel bad because it's my birthday. Woohoo! All right. All right, so our first announcement is, our New Year's Eve Burning Bowl. Has anybody been to that? Yes, it's an incredible, incredible event, and we do it every single year. And the ceremony experience, it's to let go of 2021. Is there anything you want to let go of 2021, Dwayne? No. Okay, step one. This is a microphone, right? When you talk into it, the people hear you. Okay, all right, let's go. All right, so anything you want to let go of 2021?
Maybe the old me, you know.
Okay.
I want to be
all right,
new,
no, that's big. Then you can.
fresh, bring something else.
Okay, new, fresh, bring something else. All right, see, and that's kind of like the mentality that we're all thinking. Kind of like let go of 2021, leave it, let it go, and start afresh and get ready for 2022 in your perfect, complete self. And that's what you'll be able to do at the Burning Bowl ceremony right here, okay? So this highly symbolic ceremony is on December 31st at 6:30 p.m., both in person and online. You'll write your letter to God that we will keep and pray over and then send back to you. Plus, as you depart for the evening, you'll burn what you don't want from 2021 in our burning bowl outside in a safe environment. I tried to do this at home one day and I almost burnt my hair off. So do it here with us. It's a wonderful way to start the new year, and there is awesome live music. Everyone is welcome. Check our website for all the details, all right? Okay, my next announcement is Christmas Eve is this Friday. Yes, Christmas Eve is this Friday, and you're invited to our special annual Christmas Eve candle lighting. It's so beautiful to see this room all lit up by candlelight and to enjoy holiday music with our own music ministry. So bring your friends and family. We begin at 6:30 p.m. right here and online. All the details are on our website, unityonthebay.org. Merry Christmas, and we will see you Friday. Dwayne, what is our last announcement of the day?
Our last announcement of the day is, remember, right after we wrap up this service, this morning, we have a Winter Wonderland gathering out in the courtyard. Come by for some tasty treats, holiday drinks, and Christmas photo ops. We want to mingle and jingle with you. Plus, we need you there to vote for our Christmas pajama contest winner. So, you know. I don't know who's gonna win. So.
He's not trying to say anything, but vote for him. He's got to dance and everything he says.
And so that wraps up our announcements for today.
All right, thank you very much. And with that, we will invite up Reverend Christopher Jackson. Thank you, Dwayne. You're gonna see more of Dwayne throughout our service.
You guys are the greatest. Thank you, Faye. Thank you, Dwayne. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity on the Bay. I'd especially like to recognize anyone that might be in the room or with us online for the very first or second time. If this is your first or second Unity on the Bay experience, would you please check the comments section below online or the slide behind me if you're in the room right now. We would love to know that you're here, and we'd love to have the chance to get to know you better. We have a special gift to appreciate your presence with us today, and we believe you're here by divine appointment. We are guided by a grouping, I will say, of core values here at Unity on the Bay. These values were discerned years ago and have served us well as we have continued to seek to be creating an experience for you on Sunday mornings and all through the week that reflects the content and the value of these words. So this morning I'm going to invite you to join me in exercising the power of your spoken word as together we affirm the core values of the spiritual community that is Unity on the Bay together. Diversity, generosity, gratitude, integrity, love, spirit-led wisdom. Now let's take those words into a quiet moment of contemplation as we open this experience this morning by attuning ourselves to a birth in our conscious awareness of the truth of who we are. Most of us have carried erroneous understandings of our nature as children of God. This Christmas season is the perfect opportunity for you to say to yourself and to your world, I am open and receptive to God's living Spirit of truth. And to know that as you allow yourself to be immersed in this consciousness of receptivity, there will be ideas and experiences coming into your life to support your liberation from all false ideas you have held about yourself, other people, and life, and step fully and richly and freely into the understanding that you, like all other brothers and sisters on the face of this planet, are made of purity and originality by the very presence of God, the very presence of goodness and love and peace and joy, which constitute the foundation of this season of Christmas. Let it be born. Encourage it, invite it, practice it on a daily basis. I am the Christ presence. And on this day and always, I live in and as God. For this, we give thanks in the name, in the nature, and through the power of the one whose birth we celebrate, Jesus the Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Chris. Not yet, Jeffrey. Not yet. Just give us a second. It's great to see you all here, online in the room. And let's give a warm welcome to my Pisces sister, one of my favorite people on the planet, Lenora J. You're in for a treat now.
Prepare blessings flow. Joyful all ye nations rise. Join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim glory to the King, while the angels sing. Joy, 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 joy. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. You got talent. Tell of his glory. That a Savior is born. Heaven, 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 and nature sing joy. Oh, sing joy. Yeah. Everybody sing joy. Joy, 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 joy. Oh, sing joy. Everybody sing, yeah. Everybody sing joy. Oh, all over the world, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody sing joy. Oh, sing joy. Oh, everybody sing joy. Everybody sing joy. Everybody sing joy. Joy to the world. Sing joy, 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 peace, love, joy. They give you everything you need and all you gotta sing is joy. Sing joy, 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 joy. Sing joy to the world. Sing joy, sing joy to the world. Hey. Everybody sing joy. Everybody sing joy. Oh, yeah. Everybody sing joy. Everybody sing joy. Oh, sing joy. You better sing joy. Everybody sing joy. Joy to the world.
Wow. That was maybe even more amazing than when I heard that rendition for the first time last year. We were still, we were just beginning to get back together in person, and it was so wonderful to see the faces of so many of our choir members that we haven't been able to enjoy the presence of. This was our first hybrid musical performance, right?
Ish. We did one with Kenzie, but this was the first. Yeah.
Well, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Let's hear it again for
Lenora,
thank you so much. We're so fortunate, so blessed. And speaking of fortunate and blessed, I'm not sure how many years ago it was that I first encountered the presence of the gentleman who is about to receive the award we're presenting this morning. But I do know for the past 9 years, he has faithfully walked by my side and by the side of all of you that make up this community in giving his heart and his soul and his talent and his brilliance, his professional savvy, and I could go on all morning. He has served for the past 9 years as the president of the Board of Trustees of your spiritual community. And to our knowledge, that is the longest term of any president in the nearly 100-year history of Unity on the Bay. It is from the bottom of my heart, with great joy, which is our word for today, that I invite to join us on the platform at this time, both to read the daily word for you and also to receive Unity on the Bay's Exemplary Life of Service Award, Eddie Dominguez. And Eddie, I know that we presented this award to you originally at the gala a few weeks ago, but it holds the same honor that it did then, if not a little more. as we're standing before the entirety of your spiritual community. I know how much you love this place. Unity on the Bay Exemplary Life of Service Award presented in gratitude to Eddie Dominguez 2021. I'm not going to burden you by handing it to you at this time because you have other business to tend to, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's been astounding and inspirational to me to see the dedication and the devotion you have given to your work as president of our Board of Trustees and as a member of this sacred community from all of us. Thank you so much, Eddie. Love you.
Thank you, Reverend Chris. Try following that to read the Daily Word. It's funny, every time I get to read the Daily Word, it just feels like it was perfectly chosen for me, and I suspect everyone that does this has that experience as well. Today's Daily Word is joy. I feel fully alive and joyous. I feel the joy of God within me as a gentle spring bubbling up within my heart and bringing energy to all I do. This reassuring feeling is a sure sign that I am living in harmony with my true spiritual identity. I discover joy by connecting with the Christ within. As I become a greater conduit, I find renewed kindness and love to share this holiday season. I express compassionate love as I align my heart with the great heart of God, which beats with a steady rhythm of joy. I share joy through selfless service. Every day offers an opportunity to make a difference by lifting up others with a considerate gesture or a quiet word. Each act of kindness fills my heart with joy. Today's daily word is based on Isaiah 51, verse 3. For the Lord will comfort Zion. Joy and gladness will be found in her, thanksgiving and the voice of God. And now I'll light the fourth Advent candle, and I do so for joy. I was told I didn't have to turn it upside down to do it, but I couldn't find the button otherwise. Thank you.
Come just as you are. Hear the Spirit call. Come just as you are. Come and see. Come receive. Come and live forever. Life everlasting. Strength for today. Taste the living water and never thirst again. Come just as you are. Hear the Spirit call. Come just as you are. Come and see Christ in me. Come and live forevermore.
Good morning. And as we prepare for meditation, I invite you to close your eyes And make yourself very comfortable in the chair that you're sitting. And take a deep breath. Breathe in. Hold it and breathe out. And bring your attention to the present moment as you let go of the thoughts about the future and the past. Allowing yourself to be fully present here and now. As we will begin to relax our physical body, starting with the muscles of your face. Just relax all the muscles of your face. And relax the muscles of your neck and the muscles of your shoulders, letting go of any tension, letting go of all the burdens as we go deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation, inner peace, perfect presence. And relax the muscles of your back, your arms and your hands, going deeper and deeper, allowing your awareness to be present here and now. And relax the muscles of your hips and your legs all the way down to your feet. Now notice this deep relaxation here and now. All the cells of your body are very, very relaxed. Your mind is clear. There is this indwelling peace, the peace of the present moment. It's like a spiritual home. It feels nourishing. It feels delicious just to be here. And in here, you're going to realize that the end of any problem takes place not when you think you have found a solution, but when you have found inner peace in the midst of your problems. This inner peace extends itself and harmonizes the world on your behalf. And as you continue to dwell on it, it will be revealed to you the truth of your Christ nature or your Buddha nature. And so silently repeat to yourself, I am that which I have been looking for. All the goods that I've been looking for in the world, my safety, my security, my abundance, my love and my peace, they are fully present here and now. And today, I decide to claim it with the realization that here and now I stand on holy ground. There's nothing to fear, nothing to be concerned, as I allow this indwelling light to extend itself. My life becomes a succession of miracles. Everything is present in this moment, and I claim it. I claim my divine gifts here and now, and I move forward with confidence and with trust that I am never alone and that all is well. So let us spend a few moments in the silence, delighting ourselves in the presence of this indwelling light. The light has come, and it did not come from outside of myself, but it has been revealed to me from the depths of my own being. My search is over. The ascension is completed. And from here, I can truly say, we are the second coming of Christ. Let that sink in your heart and move forward with confidence that you are that which you have been seeking for. And with your heart filled with confidence, begin to bring your awareness back to this room, back to your body, noticing your breathing, the sound of my voice, allowing yourself to awaken from this wonderful experience of community with the divine. And whenever you're ready, very gently, you may open up your eyes.
Please have snow and mistletoe and presents by the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas if only
What a beautiful combination of musical brilliance we just experienced from all of you. Thank you, Lenora. Thank you, Anthony, Mario, George. I just marvel at how it all comes together when they're up here on a Sunday morning. It's beautiful. I'm also very fond of that song. Last year, I sang it with the line about only in my dreams truer than it's been ever because I wasn't able to be with my family. But this year, on Christmas morning, right after I spend Christmas Eve with all of you, I'm heading for the Midwest. And so far, it's looking kind. Lows in the 30s, but highs in the 50s. I say thank you, God. All right, I had planned to talk for you this morning that was really Christmas-oriented. But when I woke up this morning, I realized I was the recipient of a divine inspiration that I could not bear to not share with you. I'm going to articulate the 4 stages of life for every human being. So this is truly an auspicious Sunday at Unity on the Bay. The 4 stages of life. Are you ready? Because this is big, folks. Stage 1. You believe in Santa Claus. Stage 2. You don't believe in Santa Claus. This is really deep. Stage 3, you are Santa Claus. And stage 4, which is, I guess, about where I'm at, you look like Santa Claus. All right, that concludes my comments for this morning. Those are the 4 stages of human life. Seriously, I want to share with you this morning what I believe is the single most predominant influence the Unity movement has had upon the world of religious and spiritual thought. And I owe this to our co-founder, Charles Fillmore. It's the metaphysical understanding of the Bible. And I believe it's Unity's greatest gift to the world at Christmas time or any other time. Charles Fillmore actually devoted his entire life to creating a huge volume that's referred to as the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. And what he did was he went through every character, every location, and every scenario that's contained in the pages of Holy Scripture, and he gave a metaphysical interpretation of it, which means he gave an understanding of it that allowed us to find ourselves in the story. And when I first got exposed to metaphysical understanding as a ministerial candidate years ago, these were the most exciting classes I had ever taken because I was hearing stories I'd heard 1,000,000 times before, but with a much greater level of depth and understanding and the ability to relate personally to every single story. I was fascinated by that. A few years back, I was sharing with a friend. This is what Charles Fillmore spent his entire life doing, metaphysically offering to us the symbology of the stories, the characters, and the locations in Scripture. And the response I received was, well, who does he think he is? Who is he to single-handedly offer the spiritual understanding of Holy Scripture? And what I say is it's not so much about whether or not you agree with every position that Charles Fillmore took in terms of metaphysical interpretation. It's that you receive the license that he gave himself and that I am extending to all of you this morning to create your own interpretation of the Bible, just like you are creating your own interpretation of everything all the time throughout the duration of your life. We're the ones that are translating everything that's going on. We're the ones that are putting the labels on it. So I decided to exercise that liberty for myself this morning. I'm going to be sharing some of Charles Fillmore. I'm going to be sharing some of a woman named Elizabeth Sand Turner, who was a student of both Charles and Myrtle Fillmore as the co-founders of Unity. And she also had a great influence in Unity of Fort Lauderdale just up the road during the course of her life. I'm also going to be sharing with you my interpretation of what the Christmas story is all about. I'll begin by sharing these words from Elizabeth Sand Turner when she said, "Unity believes that in the Gospels, a spiritual meaning underlies characters and events. Jesus represents the spiritual person in activity. He is the outpicturing of the spiritual self that abides in each of us. His life, therefore, typifies stages in our own development. What this means, my friends, is that Christmas is not just a celebration of the arrival on planet Earth of Jesus, our elder brother, way-shower, and master teacher. It really is your story. The question is, how are you going to translate or interpret that story? And it's really important, because it's a valuable, timeless tale. And one of the reasons why it has endured the passage of the years for so long is because on some level there's a part of us, in every one of us, that knows what this story means to us. And what I'm proposing to you this morning, though it may seem a little unorthodox in terms of how people understand and live through the Christmas season and discover its meaning, I'm telling you the Christmas story from my perspective is all about three things. Remembering our unconditioned nature. Remembering the original divinity from which every one of us has been created. Just remembering, I'm more than I think I am. I'm more than I perhaps have believed I am. I actually am an individualized expression of divinity in human form. So it's remembering this unconditioned nature, untainted. It's the originality of who you are before you came into this plane of existence and started learning all of the false information and identities that had been handed to you. So you remember your unconditioned nature. The second step is detaching from the conditioned nature. In other words, finding a willingness to let go of who you thought you were so that you can step into the grandness, the greatness, and the glory of who you really are. And the third step is simply, and it's not always so simple, as I'm sure you're aware, aligning with the unconditioned nature or definition of who you are and living from it. So first we remember who we are, and then we seek to free ourselves from what we once believed ourselves to be, and then we aligned with the truth of what we've now discovered ourselves to be, and we do our best to live from that. So in reality, from my perspective this morning, anytime you have ever or are now or will in the future experience a significant change in your life, you are experiencing your own Christmas story, what I believe to be the real Christmas story, your story, my story, collectively as humanity, our story. Eric Butterworth, the renowned Unity minister who, when he was on this plane of existence, spoke week after week after week at Avery Fisher Hall in New York City, says this: Christmas has little magic in it when we are just looking backward to the worship of the child in the manger. Magic is found by looking forward to that day when our own Christ child may unfold in our lives, a time to look inward to its presence right now. So the Christmas story is more than a tale of days gone by. It is a tale of what is happening in your world, in my world, right now. For you see, we are constantly discovering aspects of this Christed identity, this unconditioned nature that is the truth of who we are. We encounter, first of all, Mary, which is the purity of your original self. It's your unconditioned self. Before you came into this programming that we all engage in, our friend Don Miguel Ruiz refers to this as human domestication, and I love that term even though it's a little graphic, but that's what happens. We arrive, this pure Christed being, and then we become conditioned by the world of time, space, limitation, form, and matter. Joseph represents the brilliance of your intellectual nature or your conditioned self. And the reality is both of these two have got to come together. You can't just deny your human intellect, and why would you? Because it is brilliant. It's a helpful tool when you're engaged in this human drama. But you must unite it with the heart or the soul or the virgin purity that is a part of you as your original, authentic, divine self. You bring them together and you begin then to form the birth of a new identity. Then along comes this star. It's your first glimpse of a new discovery of who you are. It's just a star. And it may pass through the night, and you may not recall it the next morning. Or you may become fixed upon that star and say, I just had a hint, I just had a taste of all the beauty and brilliance and grandeur and glory that I am as the Christ presence. And I'm not going to lose track of it. So you get this glimpse of your original self, your unconditioned self. That's the star. Follow it. If you've been blessed enough to receive a new understanding, an expanded understanding of who you are, follow it. And what you will find is that all of a sudden angels begin to appear. Now, they may actually be quite literally the kind of angels that we speak of. They may be invisible forces, entities, powers that begin to show up in your life. But so often they show up as individuals, as fellow human beings, as people that show up in your life as messengers of God to assure you that the glimpse that you caught of all the capacity that you hold is real. And then these shepherds show up on the scene. These are the protecting entities. And Lord knows, throughout my life, I have been protected time and time and time and time again. You can explain it in any way you want, but to me, I had angels and shepherds on the scene. Then come forth the wise men. The wise men don't exist outside of you. The wise women don't exist outside of you. They're inside of you, like everything that you're perceiving in this time-space continuum. The wise men represent inner resources that you did not know you had when you were fixed on the previous understanding of who you thought you were. Now you're getting a new idea of who you are, and you're opening the way through which these always present internal resources, opening out a way, I think Emerson said, through which the imprisoned splendor comes forth. And behold, then you have the birth of a new understanding of who you are. And friends, this is an understanding that no one in this world can ever deprive you of, because once you've grasped it and realized it, it's yours forever. I was thinking, how could I illustrate this fascinating story in my own life? And I've shared pieces and parts of my journey from Kansas City to West Palm Beach to Miami. This morning, what I want to focus on is that chapter of moving from West Palm Beach to Miami, which was now getting close to about 16 years ago. And I had a dear friend who is also a minister of Unity of Jupiter, Diane Robinson, Reverend Diane Robinson. And I had heard that I was happy, I was content in West Palm Beach. I had heard that this position was opening up in Miami, and I really didn't feel inclined to pursue it. And Diane came to me one day and she said, "Oh my God, you've got to apply for this position. I can see you there." So here's an example of an angel showing up who could see something I could never see. I couldn't imagine moving to Miami. It was incredibly intimidating to me. I told you that before, simply because I was still plucking straw out of my ears from my days in Kansas. And it's like, why would I go to Miami? And yet, in some way, that first inclination of a new understanding of who I was and who I might show up as being began to be born. And this brought forth what I'll call a marital dispute between Mary and Joseph. Inside of me, there was a marital dispute. I couldn't bring the heart and mind together. My heart was like, you need to follow this star. You need to put your hat in the ring and begin the process of considering moving to Miami and becoming the minister of Unity on the Bay. And yet my mind, my intellect was juggling all the way around. There's so many reasons why this can't possibly happen. That was my conditioned nature. It was the identity I had known seeking to extinguish the initial impulse of who I might be, you see. I couldn't see that, and I wanted to stay in my comfort zone. You've all had this experience where you know something new is on the horizon and you want to follow it, but you're held back by your own limited idea of your own capacities. So I thought, this is going to be all right, and yet I also realized there was an internal, I'm going to call it battle, which might be a bit of a strong word, between the internal prompting, the spiritual prompting of coming to Miami and having this incredible experience of serving as minister of Unity on the Bay and staying in my comfort zone in a region where I felt I was meant to be. So I was having this experience going on inside of me, and what I realized is that I had to bring peace to that. Whatever I did, whether I stayed in West Palm Beach or came to Miami, didn't matter. What mattered was I had to find a peace with this, and I had to end the restlessness between my intellect and my original self. And I came across the other day this beautiful quotation from the Dalai Lama. He says this: War is obsolete, you know. Of course, the mind can rationalize fighting back, but the heart would never understand. Then you would be divided in yourself, the heart and the mind, and the war would be inside of you, you see. So the moment you get a glimpse of what you could possibly become, and then you find refuge or comfort in what you've always been, in that moment you have an opportunity to bring these two seemingly opposed forces together and create a unity of your mind and heart, of your intellect and your spiritual nature, in a way that ends the war. And the recipe for that is simply to become receptive. One of my favorite affirmations from years ago that I picked up in ministerial school was this: I am open and receptive to God's living spirit of truth. I am open and receptive to God's living spirit of truth. If you wake up every morning with that statement on your mind, what you're going to discover is that new glimpses of who you really are, new possibilities are going to start to show up on the scene. And I remember in that moment, my request was, West Palm Beach, Miami, I'm only here for God. Take me where you will. I'm only here for God, releasing my personal ideas and agendas, releasing the voice of resistance that was saying, why bother? I'm perfectly comfortable where I already am. And finally, then, acceptance. And I remember that moment when I thought, I'm going to move forward into this potential new identity in my life. And when I was interviewing for this position, I was asked point blank, quite directly, why do you want this job at Unity on the Bay in Miami? And my direct response was, I haven't the foggiest idea. Now, let's talk about miracles here, friends. I'm interviewing for a job. I'm asked why I want it, and I say I don't have the foggiest idea. And I've been standing here for 15, 16 years. How in the world does that happen? I don't know. But it does happen. It can happen. It can happen for you just like it happened for me. So I'm staying focused. I remember hearing Diane say, I can see you there. The angels began to show up. The shepherds showed up. There have been inner resources within me, my friends, that I never would have dreamt possible because of my affiliation with this community. I have grown in leaps and bounds, and never in my life have I been more loving, more peaceful, or more joyous. All because I caught the glimpse, I negotiated the restlessness between my heart and my mind, and I allowed myself to be receptive enough to walk into a new chapter and a new understanding of who I am. Charles Fillmore, again, the co-founder of Unity, left us with these words. He said, and I love this, now the time is coming when we will have Christmas year-round through giving forth that goodwill, that peace, and that spirit of love, which is the very foundation of the Christ whose birth, teaching, and character we are celebrating. My friends, Christmas is more than a celebration. It is an actual, real-life experience. I came across the work of a man who I was not familiar with. His name is Evan Hodkins. He's the principal of the School of Alchemy in Colorado. And I leave you with this vision and this understanding of what the Christmas season is really all about. Considering the perilous nature of the present moment, we reckon a Merry Christmas is nowhere in sight. All the more reason to have a truly deep one instead. That all starts by making ourselves into a manger. Christmas is that point in time when the light of heaven contradicts the chaos of earth. Therefore, let us ferociously contradict the earth as never before by not merely celebrating Christmas, but by becoming it instead. The Nativity of Christ is the story of God wanting to get inside humanity. Jesus was the prototype for that experiment. Let us avail ourselves accordingly and be the embodiment of God every single day of our worldly lives. Let us from this moment forward and without the slightest hesitation be Christmas. So my friends, as this next week unfolds and we're wrapped in the spirit of Christmas as it expresses through celebrations, joyous gatherings, and even challenges and occasionally turmoil, let us hold strong to this realization. This Christmas is about more than celebration. It's about being the Christ, the originality, the beauty, the power, and the glory that you are. Merry Christmas.
What a great message. Dwayne, get on up here. My little assistant, my big assistant. What an incredible message, Unity on the Bay, correct? Yes? Yes, folks at home? Something came up, make sure that you put it in the comment section. We want to hear from you. Dwayne, what are you doing? The microphone. See? Step one in doing the platform, you need a microphone. He's learning. I love him. I love him. What an incredible, incredible message, Reverend Chris. Our story is the Christmas story. That's so perfect, you know. And the three things that I'm going to take with me is remembering I'm more than I think I am. That's a hard one, you know. For us, we're always, I'm not enough. You know, I need more. Seek to free ourselves from that kind of thinking. And then continue to align ourselves. Incredible. What did you learn, Dwayne?
You said one of the things that I learned. The
Please.
Christmas story is our story. It's your story. That was one of the things that really resonated with me. The second thing was, don't celebrate Christmas, become it. I really liked that, and that was the other thing that really resonated with me.
So all this time,
That's it.
Reverend Chris, I thought that Dwayne was going to take my job, but he's actually going to take your job. All right. If there's something that came up for you, folks at home, like I said, put it in the comment section. We want to hear from you, okay? Here at Unity on the Bay, we believe in the spiritual law of giving and receiving, and now is your opportunity to give in gratitude. There's envelopes on your seats. If you need one, please raise your hand, and the ushers will hook you up with one. If you want to go green, just text GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 833-245-5645. Save that number in your contacts. It makes life a lot easier. Okay, so again, that's 833-245-5645. Remember that the text giving has changed from a couple of months ago in case you still have the old one in your phone, all right? So I'm going to give you a few moments in silence to prepare your gift. What are we going to think about this time? We are Christmas, right, Dwayne? We are Christmas.
We are.
The Christmas story is what?
It's us.
It's us, yes. I can't believe he said resonating. I couldn't even spell that word at his age. All right. Let's hold our hands to our heart or our gifts to our hearts, and let's bless these gifts together. Divine love that I am blesses all that I give and all that I receive. So let's take a moment to bless the children. Children are in their kids zone. They're at home. They're here. They're all over the place, and we're going to get our hands together, rub our hands together, and ready to bless the children. Children, we love you. We bless you.
We appreciate you.
We behold the Christ in you, and we see you doing great things. Remember that we're here to pray with you. We're here to pray for you. If something came up during service and you don't want to go home with it, okay, our prayer chaplains are here for you. I'm going to invite them up right now after service. Make sure that you grab one and sit with them for a couple of moments. It really will. It always seems to balance me, and I so appreciate them. What else do we have for our crew, Dwayne?
And remember, after service is over, come out to the courtyard, jingle and mingle with us. You know, have some drinks, have some tasty treats.
Non-alcoholic drinks, just in case.
Non-alcoholic.
He's like, let's have drinks.
And there'll be some caroling, too, some of the music ministry people.
Yes,
will be caroling.
Millie Font and some of our other crew is going to be out there also, right? Caroling, so that's going to be wonderful as well. Plus, we've got our pajama contest where you can win a $50 gift certificate to Amazon. And we use Amazon for everything, right?
Yeah.
Right, all right. So with that, I'm going to invite Reverend Chris up for our prayer for protection, followed by our peace song. And I'm going to move over here.
Let's stand. And as we recognize the true meaning of Christmas in our lives, let's pray together our prayer for protection and then sing our peace song. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.